We as Kingdom Hearts fans are spoiled for choice when it comes to mysteries in the next saga. The Master of Masters, Yozora, Verum Rex, the mystery of Strelitzia. There's many things, many questions that are starting in the next arc. Yet one of the biggest and one of the most mysterious revolves around a character that just disappeared. And I'm not talking about Sora, we kinda know where he ends up, but I'm talking about another character who has vanished without a trace. A disappearance with no loose ends, no tracks to follow. This character just straight up disappeared. Nobody knows where this character went. And that character is foreteller Ava. You might recognize her from either Kingdom Hearts Key, Union Cross, or Kingdom Hearts Key back cover. If you are one of the few Kingdom Hearts fans who have been following the Key story, I'm not just talking about back cover, but the mobile games as well, you know that Master Ava is one of the more involved foretellers compared to the others. Her, next to the Master of Masters and Luxu, might be one of the more important foretellers in the overall story because of her creation of the dandelions and just how close she would get to many characters who are relevant today. But as we speculate and dive deeper into this mystery, if you love Kingdom Hearts lore and theories like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We upload a lot of Kingdom Hearts content here. The end of Master Ava's timeline, as far as we can follow, is when she is seen fighting in the Keyblade War, and before that she had a confrontation with Luxu that didn't go so well, where she will be made aware of more of the Master's plan and Luxu's true role. These are things she didn't quite agree with. However, many of the foretellers and unions would go into turmoil under the Master's disappearance. Though during all of this, Master Ava was one of the few foretellers trying to keep everyone together the whole time. But this is only because she had a role of her own that she needed to play out. Regardless, a lot of the foretellers would end up reuniting in the epilogue cutscene in Kingdom Hearts 3, where Luxu and his friends would reunite, all except for Master Ava. Her disappearance was questioned during this cutscene, where Luxu would then say that Ava had her own mission and she carried it out.
And is that why you decided to exclude her?
As if Ava had her own mission and she carried it out.
Now, this mission could very easily just be the mission of keeping light alive, keeping the dandelions alive, which would later lead to Keyblade wielders like Sora, Riku, Kairi, the Guardians we know today. But it could also have a deeper meaning, another role, another goal that we don't quite know about, or that we've yet to see come to fruition. Other possibilities for what this role was, this mission she had, is mixing up who would inherit the Book of Prophecies. The Master of Masters gave Ava a list of characters to pick for Union leaders and circled one of them to inherit the Book of Prophecies. And it is very much so implied that the person who would end up getting it, being Brain, was not meant to receive it. And although we don't know who the original person was to have it, it is a clear sign of traitorous behavior towards the Master. But these are just to set up the scenario. The real question at play here, regardless of why she's gone or why she disappeared, is where did she go? Is she dead? Is she in Quadratum? Or perhaps she's hiding in plain sight, which might not be too hard considering we don't know what most of the foretellers actually look like. Let's say Master Ava is dead. Then along with Strelitzia, this would make sense for why she'd be in Quadratum, since Quadratum is supposed to be this sort of afterworld. Maybe she's a character with amnesia, just living a normal life, normal-ish life at least in Quadratum, and then she bumps into Sora, Strelitzia, and maybe regains her memories through some complicated means. I think this would be a very sad story because I think that would mean that Ava just basically accepted her fate and just chose to give up in the Keyblade War and decided to go down with everyone else. But in that same vein, I also feel like that might not be in character for Ava. While it would make for a very triumphant return in story, I think Ava's the type of person who would find some way to live on and fight for those people who have also fought for her so hard. But I don't think this is an impossibility either, since it lines up a clear way for her to be involved in the story and get back into the mix. But what many would say is a strong implication that this isn't the case is because Ava doesn't return to the foretellers in the epilogue. A lot of the other foretellers did go down in the Keyblade War as far as we know, and they would be summoned back by Luxu. If Ava did fade away in the Keyblade War as well, then she has no reason to not be summoned here. Given Luxu's reaction, Luxu knows that she had another role, another mission, something else to do that she would carry out. So there's a lot of reason to believe that after this cutscene, after this interaction you see with Master Ava in the Keyblade Graveyard in the mobile games, that she goes off and does her own thing. Now, if Master Ava is gone, then where does she go? Where would she disappear to? A lot of people believe that Ava would later end up being Kairi's grandma, but why would Master Ava choose to do this? Would it be because of Kairi? Does she see some potential in Kairi and raising Kairi, knowing that she is going to be what it all comes down to? I only go with that theory because a lot of people have been speculating for years that Ava could be Kairi's grandma, and it's very hard to say she isn't, but it's also very hard to say that she is, because we just don't know. We don't know where Ava went. Now, another way she could end up in Quadratum is a similar way maybe the Master or Lushu did, who I'm assuming are those two characters in this cutscene at the end of Kingdom Hearts 4's trailer. Maybe Ava found a way to access Quadratum and decided to live out her life there, keeping an eye on someone like Sora and Strelitzia, and maybe having some ulterior motive that we don't know about in that world. Or maybe she's hiding somewhere completely different, in a realm we don't know about, in a world we don't know about. And like I said earlier, it could be hiding in plain sight among the Guardians or among the Keyblade wielders we're aware of today. She is a Keyblade Master despite being the youngest foreteller, and is likely very powerful, likely a lot more powerful than most characters at the moment. I think Master Ava is going to be a key plot point going forward in some way, shape, or form. There are many characters who were close to Master Ava among the Dandelions, and even among the foretellers and Master Gula, who was very close with Ava throughout the events of Kingdom Hearts Key back cover, and I think could be a cause for turmoil among this next story. Even though we're expecting the foretellers, Lushu, and the Masters to be the antagonists at the moment, I don't think it's going to stay that way. I think there's going to be a lot of division, a lot of arguing, and a lot of disagreements among the foretellers, and I think Ava is going to be a big cause of it. Even though Gula gave this very go with the flow sort of attitude throughout the Key back cover, Gula cared a lot about Ava. And I think Gula is going to feel some type of way about Ava not being with them and potentially just being gone in general. And he might blame Lushu for it, might blame the Master. Knowing Ava, he might see Ava's betrayal as the right thing to do. So maybe that will be cause for him to do it too. I think Ava could inadvertently be the person that causes the first cracks among our antagonists in the next saga. Although the Master ordered her to create the Dandelions, many of the Dandelions loved her, and she was aware of that and wanted to protect them herself. After finding out about the overall plan of the Masters, she had a more depressed demeanor when she talked to characters, I'd say, as if something was bothering her, which was obviously the war that would play out later on. I remember there were theories that Ava could possibly be Subject X. I don't personally agree with those theories because I think a lot is leaning towards her being Scold, but in Kingdom Hearts, anything is possible. Ava's disappearance has to be one of the most mysterious things in Kingdom Hearts, and it's because we know pretty much nothing about it. We can do nothing but speculate, but theorize. We have very little clues, and even the clues we do have, the tiny bits, have dead ends. Even more so than Quadram, more so than Verum Rex, I think Ava is a true mystery and could be a true wild card going into the next saga. Tell me what are some of your thoughts about Master Ava and her disappearance in Kingdom Hearts. If she'll be relevant in Kingdom Hearts 4 or if it's something that won't pop up till much later. But until next time, thank you guys so much for watching, and remember to be nice, be safe, and take care everyone.